Before you move on, Paul, one thing came to mind. You mentioned Limerick Prison, and while you were at the GRA, there was another story that we have covered about
Yeah.
Limerick Prison. Barbie Kardashian, one of two transgender prisoners in the women's section of Limerick Prison. I always made the mistake of saying Limerick Women's Prison. It's Limerick Prison. There's a women's section in Limerick Prison. I had to change that with the subs at the last minute because I'd realised. Anyway, so we've been writing about concerns about her presence in that court, and we had in that wing, and we had explained that she's in a special area. She is with women. She's with other women there. She's with another transgender prisoner. That other transgender prisoner doesn't cause any problems. And it's important to say that. Not a peep out of her. The same cannot be said for Barbie Kardashian. And there is an investigation into her. And the allegation is that last week she threatened to rape female prison officers in the prison. Now, she did get what's called, you would know about this, a P19, which is an internal disciplinary process. And I heard about that. And that normally, in a case like this where you threaten harm like that, you'd be moved, but there's no really ability to move her. They can move her to the Docus, but I think they're intent on keeping her in Limerick. But I did make further inquiries, and I did establish that the prison service has made a criminal complaint to the Garda Síochána. So they're now investigating this. So there's a criminal investigation into this. Now, she's in a lot of trouble. And I was trying to figure out what the maximum penalty for threats to rape. I found people getting, I think around 8 years for threats to rape and kill, but I don't know necessarily about threats to rape. However, it's an indictable offence, so you're probably talking at least 5 years for this. And there is an investigation under the way into this. But she is a massive problem. The other transgender prisoner isn't. There are natal women in the same landing as Barbie Kardashian and this other trans prisoner, but they are kept away from them. Barbie Kardashian is locked up. No other female prisoners go near. It was explained to me that she's at the end of the corridor. All the other prisoners go out their door and turn left or turn right, and they don't go anywhere near her. But she's on the same landing as other women. But she is a serious problem. And you made a very valid point. She'd be a serious problem wherever she was incarcerated.
Yeah, well, this is the problem. As we discussed this previously, like, I'm told she's under effectively, what is it, 21-hour lockdown?
23, I think.
No, it's not as much as that, because she does get time to go into the yard and into the gym, albeit on her own. But she's a huge challenge. And I was told that even if in the event you moved her into a male facility, which they legally cannot do currently, it would be the exact same conditions. Could not mix with the prison population ever. That's the feeling, because such of the danger. So yeah, I mean, she's a real headache for the prison service.
And without sound like the other transgender prisoner, not a problem. But I do think, I don't know if you've been told this, but the sort of guidance I was given by people who would have a knowledge is it's most likely that I think they're building another block or wing, another block in Limerick Prison.
And it's a whole new prison.
Yeah. So, and she'll be sent there. I think there'll be a dedicated area maybe for transgender prisoners. But she is a problem.
Yeah, they're testing out, the prison service are modeling different means of dealing with this. Well, not this particular issue, because obviously Barbie Kardashian is an outlier and a unique case, but just even in dealing with gender issues, they are reassessing how they deal with that matter. And there is a possibility that a prisoner like Barbie Kardashian could end up in a male facility, but even still, she's a unique case, and I think she'll always be under a form of solitary confinement.
Yeah, I would agree. And that's even what people were saying about maybe within that new prison, the block wing, there might be a special thing. And I think our thoughts are with the female prison officers who are allegedly threatened. It must be very, very hard for them. So our thoughts with them. Okay.